Hey folks, welcome in to Riggs on Rangers, your local Texas Rangers podcast and show. I am your host, Will Riggs, and I am super excited to bring you all the best Texas Rangers content each and every day right here on the DSP Media Podcast Network and Fan Stream Sports. Now, spring training is upon us, y'all. Spring itself, it's a rebirth of all things, including our hopes for a successful Texas Rangers season. After a dismal 68-94 season a year ago, the Rangers were movers and shakers during the offseason, and they made some changes and acquisitions that could put the Rangers into contention this year. Now, all those additions showed up in surprise Arizona last week as spring training got underway. We'll talk about all the new additions with the Rangers Ball Club in just a bit, but first I want to tell you just a little bit about me. I am a broadcasting veteran, having hosted my own radio show out in East Texas. I've been a producer, board op, and a highlight coordinator for the Texas Rangers and Dallas Cowboys while I worked at 105.3 The Fan in Dallas, and I own and run a Texas country radio station as well. I've been a Texas Rangers fan since 1983 when my mom took me to our very first game at the old Arlington Stadium. I hope you guys will join me in this adventure this year as we change and move and do all kinds of things each and every day to bring you great content, okay? With that said, let's get started. Let's talk about the Rangers' new addition for 2023. Now, some of the new additions were fantastic. Some of the new additions will make immediate impacts. Number one, Bruce Bochy, the three-time World Series winning manager, takes the reins of the Texas Rangers. And you got to believe, a guy like Bruce Bochy wouldn't just say, hey, I'm going to sign on with the Rangers just for a paycheck. He saw the plan, he saw the players, he saw the roster, he knew what they wanted to do, and he signed on to win games. He didn't sign on to just be here during a rebuild. Guys like Bruce Bochy don't do that, okay? They don't do that. They come to win. So Bruce Bochy has come here to win, and he knows that the Rangers are building something, right? You got to put the faith that he put into the Rangers is a faith we need to put into the Rangers, because a guy like that just wouldn't come to Texas just because, all right? And who did he bring back? Oh, who was it, y'all, that really had our pitching staff killing it? Yes, right, Mike Maddox, and he is back as a pitching coach, and I am super excited about that because he has a lot to work with this year. He also was the absolute catalyst to why our pitching staff was so good during our run to the World Series in back-to-back seasons. Now, that's 10 years ago. Actually, over 10 years, 12 years ago, the last time we were in the World Series, but we want to get back there. And I think Mike Maddox can certainly help our pitching staff be solid, protect the bullpen, eat up innings, and stay in games. I remember back in the day when Mike Maddox was here, we were getting tons of quality starts from all of our pitchers, okay? And that's what really is the catalyst to winning ball games. If you can keep get your starter in there for 3 runs or less, 6 innings or more, you got a good chance of winning tons of games. Now, we also have his brother, Greg Maddox, is back as a special advisor. This guy's arguably one of the top 5 pitchers in all of baseball, from his command to his fielding, all-around performance. Greg Maddox is one of the best ever. And if he's helping his brother help this staff, between Mike and Greg, man, this staff could be on fire this year. The pitching staff is, they got to be over the moon and excited to work with these guys, all right? And speaking of pitching, Chris Young and the Rangers front office went out and got plenty of it. All-world pitching ace Jacob deGrom. That's right, we'll talk more about him in a little bit, but deGrom comes in. He suffered an injury back in 2021. When he got injured in 21, he had a 1.08 ERA. When he got injured, he didn't come back from that injury until mid to late season last year. Only made 11 starts last year. But if he can stay healthy and make 25 to 30 starts this year, Jacob deGrom will absolutely be the ace of this staff. They also went out and got Nathan Eovaldi to slide in number 2 right behind Jacob deGrom. Oh, yeah, Andrew Heaney. Oh, yeah, we also got Martin Perez back. Oh, and John Gray is also back. Don't forget, we also have Dane Dunning, Odorizzi, and Taylor Hearn. Oh, yeah, what about those prospects? Yeah, Jack Leiter, Kumar Rocker, Owen White, Cole Winn. pitching galore. And I'm going to tell you right now, as a Texas Rangers fan, as I established since 1983, pitching has never really been our deal, man. We've always been hit home runs, score runs, try to win 10-7 games every night. But with the pitching staff that we have, with the pitching coach that we have, with the advisors that we have, this pitching staff could be the best pitching staff the Texas Rangers and Texas Rangers fans have ever seen, y'all. This season hinges completely on what these guys can do on the mound. And I'm telling you right now, if they can even be 90% of what they have been, then this could be a great season. Now, they also, over the weekend, went out and bolstered the outfield by signing Robbie Grossman to a one-year, $2 million deal. Could be up to $5 million if he gets out there and just kills and crushes it all year long, right? He's a switch hitter, lots of pop, stole 20 bases for the Tigers in 2021, also had 23 home runs and drove in 67. A little down year last year because he got traded and split between Detroit and Atlanta, but I think the upside for the Rangers is great. When you have a lot of competition in the outfield, I think it's going to be a great spring training to find out and shake out who's going to be your outfield starters. We already know our infield is going to be just absolutely fantastic this year with obviously Seager, Semien. Man, Josh Young, I'm so excited for Young to play his first full year. And Nathaniel Lowe, man, we'll talk about him in a little bit too, but he had a great second half of last year. A player on the rise, coming into his third full season as a starter at first base. And, of course, you're going to have Jonah Heim behind the plate. Mitch Garver probably split time with him, but Mitch Garver probably at DH. This team could score some runs, and with this pitching staff, man, it's going to be awesome, y'all. It's going to be an awesome season. I just kind of feel it in my bones. Now, coming up next, we're going to take a look at MLB's top 100 players in the majors. What Rangers made the list? Where are they? Stick around for more right here on Riggs on Rangers. Welcome back, y'all, to Riggs on Rangers. Of course, I am your host, Will Riggs. Thank you for joining our maiden voyage today. We hope that you like the show. Please follow us across all social media platforms at Riggs on Rangers. Share the show with your friends. Let's get ready for a great 2023 Rangers season together. Make sure you follow us on DSP Media Sports podcasts as well as Fan Sports. It's going to be good times all year long. Now, every year, Major League Baseball puts out their top 100 players in the league. In 2022, there are only two Rangers that made that list were Corey Seager and Marcus Semien, both of which had never even played an inning for the Rangers yet when they were named to that list, okay? This year, the Rangers have 5 of the top 100 players. Let's show you who they are. Now, coming in at number 99 of the top 100 players is our right fielder, Adolis Garcia. After an outstanding rookie season in 2021, Garcia came out swinging in 2022. In just his second full season as an everyday player, the Cuban-born slugger batted .250 with 27 homers and 101 RBIs. He also scored 86 runs, stole 25 bases, hit 31 doubles, and 5 triples. Adolis Garcia only getting better if he continues his upward trend. I can't wait to see what he does this year. He's going to be an integral part and a key piece to this Texas Rangers lineup that can score some runs. Like, they can really score runs, especially with Adolis Garcia batting 4, 5, 6. It doesn't matter where he bats because he's going to be swinging the bat pretty darn good again here in 2023. That's number 99, Adolis Garcia. Now, number 70, unranked last year, jumping all the way to number 70, our first baseman, Nathaniel Lowe. Nate Lowe, he says you can call him now. 2022 didn't really start great for Lowe. Actually, you could say it's probably average, maybe even below average to start the year. But, man, did he come on. He was one of the hottest hitters in Major League Baseball for the entire second half. It's like the All-Star break hit. He got a few days rest, and next thing you know, Nate Lowe is freaking bombing the ball. He hit what he hit last year, 27 home runs, knocked in 76 runs. It ended up batting up 302 for the year, all the career highs. He also set career highs in slugging, on-base percentage, and OPS. He's definitely a player on the rise. He's a young guy. He's only 27. He's in his prime. And that's what's really going to be the factor on all of these players on our team, y'all. They're in their prime. They're really getting better. They're taking strides and making steps to become better each and every year. And if they continue to make those strides, they're going to be super impact players for the Texas Rangers. And I'm super excited to see how the 2023 season shakes out. I'm hoping for a hot start so we can continue to make moves from the front office. But definitely the trade to get Nathaniel Lowe off the Tampa Bay Rays, that's up there too. Good job, guys. Now, coming in at number 46 is our second baseman, Marcus Semien. Obviously, he came over from the Blue Jays last year. Didn't have a great start to the season at all. Matter of fact, the first 2 months of the year were just atrocious for Marcus Semien. But he got comfortable, started hitting back to form and playing better. And like I said, the first eight weeks were super disappointing. You know, people were questioning the money we gave him, questioning the bringing him to our team. But he finally got back on track. He finished the season batting .248 with 26 dingers, 83 RBIs, and scored 101 runs and stole 25 bases. So the guys on his team, they can run. So Garcia, we already talked about, stole 20-plus bases, 25 bases. Semien stole 25 bases. We got speed on the team. We can make things happen. Marcus Semien is one of those guys that can make things happen, batting at the top of the lineup. And 2023, he's going to be much more comfortable as a Ranger, much more comfortable in his environment. And the change, I'm sure, going from Toronto here to Dallas was a big thing for him. It's a big change for any player moving teams like that. But I think he's going to be more comfortable. He's going to have a bounce back year and hopefully return to that form that is more of a 285 batter with 30 home runs, etc. Which should be attainable for him this year. Or any year, really, especially with the number 33 player in baseball batting behind him. That's Corey Seager, our shortstop. He slipped in the top 100 from 2022, from 2022 to 2023. Okay, he credited that to being uncomfortable with his new surroundings. He talked about it earlier this week. He came over from the Dodgers, where he was used to a winning culture. I mean, World Series appearances every year. And the Rangers only won 68 games last year. So, it probably has something to do with it. Let's be honest about it. If you're not feeling great at work and things aren't going well, you really don't give 100%. Not saying that he didn't give 100%. I'm just saying that it makes you uncomfortable and apathetic to your surroundings. He had an off year by his standards. He batted 42 points below his career average, but it was solid enough to earn him the number 33 spot. He batted just .245. He normally bats .288 to .290. Okay, last year he just had 145 hits, but he knocked 33 out of the park for 33 home runs, and he drove in 83. So he still had a very solid year. Matter of fact, that's a career year for a lot of guys. But for Corey Seager, kind of a down year, but okay for us because look, he was one of our best players all year long. I think as the same for him can be said that we said for Semien. Okay, as he settles into his second year with the Rangers, his second full spring training, all of his numbers are going to go up, which is another reason I'm super excited about this year. The 2023 iteration of the Texas Rangers is looking very, very solid. You got stars around the field, stars on the mound. You have stars in the dugout with your manager and pitching coaches. This is really feeling like a fantastic season, okay? You're going to have solid pitching top to bottom. And the last Ranger to make the top 100 is another reason I'm so excited. Number 28, Jacob deGrom. In last year's top 100, he was the number one pitcher on the board. An injury entered his 2021 season. He had a 1.08 ERA before getting injured in 2021. He was healthy he's healthy heading into his spring training for the first time in 2 years. He signed a big contract to be the Rangers' ace and opening day starter, barring any injuries. Okay, yeah, he had a setback the other day with a little tightness in his side, but he participated yesterday, which was Sunday. He participated in throwing drills and everything else. He last year in his 11 starts for the Mets, 5-4 with a 3.08 ERA. So not horrible for 11 starts. He got 2 no decisions, obviously, but a 3.08 ERA is great. if he can carry that to the American League. Now, a lot of National League pitchers, when they come to the American League, they have an adjustment period because, of the designated hitter. But I will say this. Jacob deGrom is an all-world pitcher, the best pitcher in baseball when he's healthy. I don't think he's going to have that much of a problem getting an extra guy out. I just don't. With the Maddox brothers working with the pitching staff, him getting healthy, him staying healthy, working with Mike and Greg, deGrom will be the best pitcher in the American League this year. You heard it from me first. He will be the best pitcher in the American League this year, and that could mean a huge year for the Texas Rangers. Now stick around, because up next I'm going to tell you what you can expect from our show this year, and we're going to wrap this one up. Stick around. You're watching and listening to Riggs on Rangers with Will Riggs right here on the DSP Media Sports Network and Fan Sports. Everybody, welcome back right here to Riggs on Rangers. Now, appreciate you watching, first of all. Appreciate the DSP Media Podcast Network for having us on with FanStream Sports. You can watch it there. You can watch it on our Facebook, all across social media platforms, which you can see right there in the bottom corner of the screen. Now, I'm going to tell you what you can expect on the 2023 season of Riggs on Rangers. First of all, we're going to be on Monday through Friday. I am also a musician, so weekends are packed. But I am making a promise to you guys that one Saturday a month, we will let you know when it happens. We're going to have a super chat over on YouTube where you guys can ask questions and comments, and we can interact and have a good time with the show. Okay, we're probably, as we go through, I'm kind of developing different things we can do with the show as we work our way to going live. Right, I'm pre-recording everything, kind of editing everything together as we get ready for the season. I'll probably do that throughout spring training, but once the Texas Ranger season gets here, I'll probably just go live with all the information, okay? And what am I going to bring you? Well, look right there. Oh, right there. There we go. Right here. You can see it. We're going to give you highlights of the previous night's games, which is going to be cool. We're going to do all that good stuff for you, show you what happened, how it happened, and all that other stuff. Inform you on the game, just in case you missed it. And then give a little of my insight and or opinion on that. We'll talk about any injuries that happen. We'll give you the 3 stars of the game, 3 best players in the game, whether they're Rangers or not. We'll talk about that. We'll do a This Day in Rangers History, which I love to look that stuff up. I'm a big Rangers fan. And I just love the history of the game, and you can always find all kinds of neat stuff to talk about with the Texas Rangers. We'll give you scores from around the league, okay? That's actually important for us because we want to know where do we stand with the rest of the American League and in the American League West, of course, with the World Series champion Houston Astros in our division. So let's hope we can knock those guys off because, let's be honest, we don't like any of those Houston Astros at all. Cheaters. And then we're going to give you the standings, so you can give you an updated standings each and every day to let you know where the Rangers are, both in the West, in the American League, and in the wild card once we get probably after the All-Star break. It's a little bit, start with the wild card at the beginning of the season. Let's see where we are at the All-Star break, and then we'll talk about where we're at each and every day. We'll talk about the upcoming games on the schedule and what you can do and where you can go and what you can see and all the cool stuff you can look forward to that particular week with your Texas Rangers. We'll preview, if I could talk today, we could preview the night's game. We'll tell you, who the starting pitchers, hopefully give you the lineups for those games and get you all set for your Texas Rangers baseball fix of the day. And, of course, we have the closer. We'll close out the show with any updated information that may have happened throughout the show, okay? I 100% love broadcasting. I love the Texas Rangers, and I'm super thankful to all the guys over at DSP Media Podcast Network as well as FanStream Sports for talking to me about this and us getting together and really putting this together. Throughout the season, periodically, we're going to get Texas Rangers voice of some games. My good buddy Jared Sandler is going to jump on with us. I'm trying to get a few more guests to jump on, like maybe once a week or every other week to talk Texas Rangers baseball. And then we're going to just have a lot of fun with you and our Texas Rangers and hopefully cheering them on to a great season out in Arlington. We're also going to be attending a few games, so we're going to hope to give you some cool little stuff from the games as well, so that'll be a good time. We are so thankful that you have chosen to check out the whole show. If you've got to this point, thank you very much for watching Rigs on Rangers. We'll be back tomorrow. Got a couple of things I'm going to tell you about tomorrow. If you're planning your ballpark trips in 2023, I'm going to tell you all the coolest promotions they have going on. Of course, I'm going to tell you when all the big teams, and I say my big teams, all the most expensive tickets in town seats, like the New York Yankees. When do they come to town? Because you have to battle Yankees fans to get those tickets for sure. But we're going to tell you when all the teams are coming to town, which American League teams, all of them, and which National League teams, some of them, are coming to Globe Life Field in 2023. For Riggs on Rangers, obviously, I have been Will Riggs. Thank you so much for tuning in today to episode 1. Join me again tomorrow for Riggs on Rangers episode 2. We'll have more Texas Rangers info, news, and more right here on the DSP Media Podcast Network and FanStream Sports. Until then, we'll see you tomorrow.